Well, I'm back. I'm not working on the truck, but I gotta finish up another project I started about a year ago or something like that. Yeah, I had it all painted up, had the motor sitting on it and everything, and I decided I should rebuild the motor, and then kind of ended up redoing the whole thing almost, but I just put another coat of paint on it. This is not really good quality video, but it's I use this spray can stuff here, Valspar. It's Massey Ferguson red, and then I got the fenders, and then the wheels are Massey Ferguson gray. Just a little bit of comparison there for color. So I have the fenders are gray. They bolt on right here, and the seat's gray. This little shifter is going to be gray here. This is going to be gray, and then the outside of the steering wheel will be gray. I haven't got that far yet, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then once I gotta take off the back tires yet, but then I'm gonna wet sand it. I don't know, maybe like a 320 grit, probably, just real lightly. And then I'll just throw a clear coat on it, because this paint really didn't dry good on here. It kind of chipped in some places. It just turned out alright, but I think with the clear coat it'll be much better. So hopefully that works out. I did on the truck here, I do have the oil pan sitting there. I just need to put it back on. Have it all cleaned up. I just haven't. I should really do it. It'll only take like maybe an hour or something, but I haven't really had the motivation. And has the hood here. It's gray. Kind of bad lighting here. I could grab the light. It's a little better maybe, but yeah, this engine's been a real headache for me. I got the crankcase off here. I completely rebuilt it. I have new points, condenser. The only thing I didn't put on is the new piston rings and pistons, and the magneto. There's no magneto, but put new points, condenser, rebuilt the carburetor, all new gaskets. I had the valves ground down. Yeah, I did all that. And then it started having a knocking noise in the engine, so I thought it was a sticking valve. So what I did then is I took it back all apart, and it wasn't a sticking valve. I thought maybe that the I don't know, the gears on the crankshaft here that hits the lifters, I thought maybe that was ground down and it wasn't hitting the valves up all the way, and that's not the case what it was either. I still never found out what it was, but I just rebuilt the whole thing and it was fine. I'm almost thinking maybe it was a fuel issue, but I don't think that a fuel issue would be knocking, so I don't even know what that was. So I got the rebuild carburetor, and then I looked online for the settings. That was a big help too. But yeah, then I had some problems with the crankshaft. The key slot chipped on that. So then I had to take a mill and mill down the crankshaft, and then mill the flywheel. I made my own key for the crankshaft, and that was a pain. And then what happened is I put it all back together, and a very, very, very stupid mistake on my part. I did not tighten up the connecting rod on the bottom where it connects to the crankshaft, and it basically, the bolts came undone and the connecting rod snapped. So that really put me down for a while to find a new part and all that, but I got parts back over here somewhere underneath that. Gotta look for it. But yeah, that's where I'm coming along with this thing here. It's I think it's like a 7 horsepower Briggs and Stratton motor on it. It's not that big, but it sounds real nice for a small motor. It is single cylinder. I got back here a couple of the parts sandblasted for my truck. See, what I was reading online, I don't think this would be affected, but they say that you should not, sandblast and penetrate one spot and get it complete to bare metal. You're supposed to kind of fan the whole thing so that the heat from the sandblaster doesn't distort the metal and warp it. But this is kind of thick metal, but I did that anyway. So now all I got to do is run some 80 grit probably just to get rid of these small little paint marks that are left over. Just touch that up, and then I'll hit it again with 320 to make it smooth, and then I'll be ready for primer. I didn't do the back. Actually, I did do the back. I got to take off this side panel thing here. Yeah, the back I did a little bit better. I didn't really do the front that great. And then I did the front of a running board here. I got some surface rust from it sitting outside. That's a dumb idea, but I'll sand. I got a weld in a piece there, piece there, piece up there. So now I got to straighten up this whole lip here. It'd be easiest just to buy a whole new running board because my other one's really crappy. But that's like $200 and something for a new one. I don't really want to spend all that money on a running board, so probably end up stuck with fixing this one here. Here, I'll show you a sandblaster I've been using. This is it right here. I bought it from Harbor Freight. It's a 20-pound pressure pot spray, I think they call it. At first, I had a problem with our compressor in the corner. What happened is the sand wouldn't flow out the nozzle, so you'd have to sit there and pull the thing up and shake the sand to get out of this bottom valve here. I think you can see that. Yeah. It gets stuck right up in this bottom valve, right, this metal thing right here, and the water would be mixing from the lines to the air compressor. So what I did is I ran a airline moisture feeder, and it works perfect now. No problems with it whatsoever. So I'm really happy with that. So if you're having troubles with sandblaster, I'd suggest doing that and drain your tank often. So that turned out nice. Well, I got a new coil here too for the truck. I wasn't really happy with it. I thought that they'd be sending me a reproduction of the original. Looks like this, the original one. But it's not at all, and it's fine like this. It still does the same thing, but this bracket that was on here for the truck, first of all, they never sent me a bracket for this. I paid $20-something for this thing. Never sent me a bracket, so there's no way to attach it on there. I'm either going to have to custom make a bracket or see if they have one. I don't know. They should have sent it with it. I don't know what the deal with that is. But then I was going to just take off this bracket, but you can't. I don't know if you can see this or not. Right there, it's got a little spot weld or some kind of. I think it's a little weld. So you can't get that off without. Well, I could cut it off maybe. I don't think that will work though because it's welded a couple other places too. So I'll probably end up custom making a thing unless they have a bracket, unless they have one for sale, which I would like to have. So this project with my little lawn tractor, it's a 1963 Bones 600. It's been kind of dragging on for too long, and I'm just sick of it taking up space in the garage, and I figured I should get my stuff done. So I finished the cabinet I was working on. I was refinishing that. Now I got to finish up this, and then I got the truck to work over all winter, and have another project after the truck or during. I don't know. We're kind of working on it too, but we have a 1940 Ford 9N tractor, 4-cylinder. That's the carburetor for it. But I've been going out to my grandma's house and working on that. So We had a sticking valve on that too, but we got that freed up with a lot of liquid wrench. Just cheap stuff. That, and then we also just kept penetrating it and worked it in. Took a little nice brass hammer and lightly hit it, and it came down. So I was happy with that. Now we just got to assemble it all and whatnot. But I'm planning on, after that thing is done, making some space in the garage, which is not going to be easy. I don't have a clean garage at all. Well, I shouldn't say I do. My dad doesn't have a clean garage, so. But if I could put it right in here, I don't know, it's going to be close. But I'm not going to do a full restoration on that, but I'm going to do small stuff like rebuild the carburetor, wire wheel, with the grinder, get it down to bare metal and repaint the parts, maybe fix the brakes on it, do new coil, stuff like that. Yeah, it should be fun. I'll probably maybe I'll take a video next time I'm out there and show you guys what I'm talking about. But yeah, stay tuned, and I'll give you a finished product, and I'll show you the oil pan put on the truck next video. All right.